Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosi, and in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back, Marioji. So guys, today we're going to be talking on the things you can do when you're feeling lonely. Without further ado, let's get into the before I get into it, I know one way or the other, someone is feeling lonely somewhere, and I know for you to click on this video, you definitely might be feeling some type of loneliness or some type of you being all by yourself. You wish you had company, you wish you had this, you wish you had that. Now, I'm just going to be giving few tips and few things you can do while you feel lonely or when you feel lonely. I want to point it out, there's no crime in you feeling lonely. There's nothing wrong with you for feeling lonely. Yeah. So the first one you want to do is to be real with yourself on why you feel lonely. Why do you feel lonely? Why do you feel like you're just lonely? Like, is it because you feel like you crave some type of company, or is it because you feel like, oh, maybe if you were going out more, you won't be lonely? Is it because you do not like yourself? Is it because you do not love yourself? That's why you feel that you are lonely. There's always different reasons why we always feel lonely. Is it that maybe we just broke up with our partner, or maybe we're far away from our family, or maybe we're no longer close with a friend, or we just don't know how to do things by ourselves? You have to be real with yourself on why you feel lonely. You need to sit yourself down. I don't know how else to tell you guys, but talks that you have with yourself is one of the real talks you can have with yourself in your life. Trust me. Like, you need to sit yourself down and say, okay, why do I feel lonely? Do I feel lonely because I feel like I don't have certain things to myself? Do I feel lonely because I just broke up with my partner? Do I feel lonely because I don't have something I'm doing with myself? Do I feel lonely because I feel like if I'm with someone, it gives me some type of validation for myself? Do I feel lonely because I don't love myself enough to spend time with myself? Guys, it is very very important, very very important. I think I have a similar video like this. I'm going to link it in my description box. But it's always very important to love yourself. Now, let me tell you something that is different in the game of self-love. When you love yourself, you know when you are feeling lonely, and you know what to do to bring yourself out of feeling lonely. Do you understand me? Yeah. I think I have a video on how to enjoy your own company, either here on Instagram or somewhere. It's always very important to know how to entertain yourself. Like, in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way. It's always very important to know the things that you love to do. It's very important to know the things that you know that can give you happiness. Do you understand? So it's always very important to know why you are feeling lonely. Are you feeling lonely because you need some sort of validation? Are you feeling lonely because you feel like, oh, I feel like if I'm with my friends, I won't be feeling type of way I'm feeling? Like, why do you feel lonely? Do you feel lonely because you feel like every other person has their life going for them, and you are just in a place where you do not have anything going for yourself? Trust me, I've felt that type of way, and sometimes I do feel that type of way. And there are just sometimes, in adulthood, let's just put it that way, you and someone else and even your friends don't you are not working on the same race. This is something I had to tell myself all the time, that you and so are not working on the same race. You're not on the same racetrack. Do you understand? With anybody, things will happen to you when they're supposed to happen to you in particular. So are you feeling lonely because you feel like everybody has something going on for their life and you don't have anything going on for your life? So let me tell you guys something. Is very easy for you to dwell in your negativity, that you don't see whatever positive thing it is in your life. I'm going to have a video on how to be grateful even during like a bad time in your life. I don't know if it's come up before this or come up before or after that. It's always very, very important to be grateful. Do not dwell in your negativity for too long, because when you dwell in it, that's all that you see. I always talk about the things that you think about, the things that you watch, the things that you see, the things that you allow people to say into your head has a way of messing with your mind. Trust me, it does have a way. So you need to figure out why you feel lonely. Yeah. So the next one is to always look for things that make you happy. Like I said previously, you have to look for the things that make you happy. Do watching a movie make you happy? Being by myself, to be honest, makes me happy. um I stay home a lot. 99.9% of the time you find me in my house. I don't go anywhere. Yeah. I have always been like that, but there was a time in my life where I was always visiting this one, visiting that one, going out and this. And to be honest, it was just me seeking some type of validation, because I felt like, oh, if I do this and do this with this person is going to continue to be my friend. If I do this and do this, it's going to make me feel like, someone that knows what is happening and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, like coming to like 2 weeks, 2 years right now, I just got to understand that, nah, I was mostly doing things that these people liked, not what I liked. Do you understand me? It's not what I found fun to myself. Do you get? So now I'm just back into, I like being at home. As you always have to know the things that make you happy. And spending time by yourself, working on your self love journey will make you know the things that make you happy. Will make you know the things that need to light up your mood. I personally know that every time I play Wizkid's, sorry, Wizkid Wiz Party album, I'm always on my 100 immediately. I know that. Why? Because I have come to understand or experiment it. Let's put it that way. So me knowing that, oh, if I play music, I'll be fine, I'll be good. Me knowing that if I put my two knees on the floor and pray to God, I'll be good. That is going to make you happy. Me knowing that if I put on YouTube, if I watch myself, I know that if I watch movies, I will find some kind of happiness. You need to know the things that make you happy and continue to do them. Now, with saying that, let me just put addition to that. There are sometimes those things don't work. There's sometimes I play songs and it doesn't just lift up my spirit. There's sometimes I watch movie and it doesn't just lift up my spirit. Now, write things out. I'm going to tell you guys something I'm doing lately. So there's this thing on WhatsApp. I wish I knew this thing sooner. Where you can message yourself type of thing. I go there and I do like a voice note and just see how I feel. And if I want to cry, I cry. Trust me, it does magic. Magic. Do you understand? So always look for the things that make you happy. Think about it. You are not a sadist. Some things make you happy. So think about it. If it's taking a walk, take a walk, whatever it might be. Think about it and continue to do it. Trust me. You feel lonely because you feel like sometimes some things are supposed to make you happy. That's how it is. We are humans. We feel like my partner is supposed to make me happy. My job is supposed to make me happy. Money is supposed to make me happy. Trust me, nothing makes you happy that you being happy with yourself by yourself. Yeah. So the next one is to talk to family, talk to friends, go on solo dates, go for a walk. Like, talk to people. If you're someone like me that don't really like to talk to people, put up your phone. People do this, I've not tried this, and talk to the camera. Like, just talk it. You're not posting it, just talk to the camera. Like I said, sometimes it's not even sometimes, these days that's what I do. And most especially when I feel like I am supposed to like send a message to someone and I can't just talk to that person. Yeah, message to me has it there. I am going to sit in that place and just type or just send a voice note to that message to me on WhatsApp. Loneliness leads to depression. Depression leads to, we all know what it leads to. And I want you to understand that it's okay, like I said at the beginning, for you to feel lonely. It's okay for you to crave company. You're human. Trust me. There are times I crave company. There are sometimes I just really feel like, oh, I wish I cannot sit with certain people or sit with certain person and just talk. And it's very more bad, will I put it that way, when you know you can't reach the person, where you know maybe you don't talk to these people anymore. It's hurting. Do you understand? So it's always very, very important. Please don't sit in depression. When you see that, okay, I mean being in my room, like for me, I mean being in my room is making me feel some type of way. I go to my family and I just sit with them. It doesn't mean I don't sit with them on a norm. I do, but I cherish it mostly when I am starting to feel lonely and I feel that that loneliness is leading to some type of sadness. I go to my family, I sit down, I call my friends up. Do you understand? There's sometimes you just need to talk to people and you just feel some type of relief. And I want to use this opportunity to say to anyone, please, loneliness doesn't reduce your self worth. There's sometimes you feel lonely and you start to feel like, are you not worthy enough to be somebody's partner? Are you not worthy enough to be in some people's company? Like, why is it that you maybe friends don't call you up? Why is it that, oh, they're having their lives? Is it that they don't want me in this stage of their lives? Do you understand? Please don't feel like that. Loneliness is not supposed to reduce your self-worth. So you always need to talk to someone. Please and please talk to someone. If you know that your loneliness is becoming something else, is making you to have negative thoughts and taking you into depression and all that, please and please try as much as possible to talk to someone. Yeah. So the next one is to know the season of your life that you're in. I talked about this in one of my videos, which is how to find your purpose. Yeah. But I think it is very effective in this what things to do when you're lonely. So now, in everyone's life, as long as you serve God, you serve, worship, whatever it is that you worship, there's always a time and a season of separation that I feel like most people don't talk about. I would do like a whole video. I'll see to do like a whole video of it. There are seasons in your life, and there's a particular season that is called a season of separation. I didn't know this. I was in it before I knew that. Why is it that I like to be by myself? Why is it that it's when I'm by myself, I kind of think about the things I want to do for my life? Why is it that when I'm by myself and I don't want so much, people, or maybe other people's thing that other people are doing in their life, I don't really want to know too much about it like I used to? Why is it then I'm focused on myself? So sometimes you're not lonely. Sometimes you're in a season of separation. You're in a season where God wants to groom you for the next phase of your life. I don't know how else to explain this season to you guys. This season is lonely. This season is sometimes depressing. This season is sometimes um not friendly. Do you understand? But most importantly, this season can be very, very lonely. So it's always very important for you to know, oh, is this a season where God wants to just bring me aside and teach me certain things because of the next phase of my life? One season happened because of the new season that is coming, or the new phase that is coming in your life. So you always have to know, and always have to know that those seasons might take a bit of time, and you need to learn what it is. that God wants you to know in that season. So, ladies and gentlemen, this took me a while to know. As you guys know, I always like to come here to give tips on what I am going through, because that is how I can explain better. There is a season called a season of separation, and you need to know what it is. You need to pray for strength, you need to pray for confidence, you need to pray for the spirit against depression. So it's always very important, because this season can be very, 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 very lonely. Yeah. So the last tip is to always go to where you're being loved and where you're being accepted. It is very important. Very, very, very key. Very, very key. And if there's one thing I know I'm learning right now, is don't be ashamed for every phase you are in your life. If you are in a phase of loneliness, don't be ashamed that you're lonely. Like I said before, it's okay for you to crave company. It is okay. Some people might see it as you being desperate, some people might see it as you being clingy, some people might see it as so many things, but always go to where you are being loved. It's very important. Sometimes we feel like people don't love us, people don't accept us. That is why we are lonely. Yeah. But sometimes you need to understand that if you don't go there, if you don't go to where you're loved, where you're being what's it called, when you're being accepted, you might feel that people are neglecting you. This is always very, very important. I was watching a video. I'll just use this to chip in some things. I was watching a video on Instagram, I think this morning, after I scripted this last night. I was watching this on I'm watching the video. I think it's Ife of Diary of a Diary of a something girl. I can't remember her name, but it's Ife. It's popular on Instagram, of a lady who is in Canada that is very lonely. She feels lonely. She feels like she's depressed and stuff like that. So now I just saw that video and I was like, I've seen a lot of videos, especially of people that came back, to Nigeria because they were not happy, because they were depressed, because they felt lonely and stuff. Now in Nigeria, it's very easy for you to go to your neighbor and laugh with your neighbor. Abroad, it's not like that. At least my friends that are there tell me about it all the time. It's not like that. But what I want to bring up by bringing this video in is, don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed. I read one particular comment of someone that said she was like that too when she traveled to study, but she had to come back to Nigeria. She said people were laughing at her, people shamed her for coming back to Nigeria. And it's funny how coming back home, coming back to where you feel like you're loved, where you feel like you have comfort, makes people not want to come back. Trust me, when you come back to Nigeria, I was telling my friend one time like that people are going to talk. Yes, I know. People are going to say, she logged. Let me tell you something. Don't be scared about any phase of your life. Don't be ashamed of any phase of your life. You've gone. You've done whatever it is that you've done. Maybe it's time for you to come back. And the lady was saying in her comments that she came back, she got married, and now she stays in the UK with her husband and her kids. That is why I said in the previous point before this that you always have to know the season you are in your life. It's always very, very important. So don't be ashamed to go to wherever it is that you're loved. Speak to people, tell them, oh, I feel lonely, oh, I don't know why you. Maybe it's because I don't have a man. Maybe it's because I don't have a woman. Do you understand? Maybe it's because I don't have kids. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's very, very important to find happiness by yourself. I keep saying this. Always find happiness by yourself, because you will always put pressure on whoever it is, or people, or community, or family, or friends, to always make you happy. You find some type of validation from them. So it's always very important, because there are sometimes some people are not going to be there for you. There are some times where you cannot reach them. Example, this lady that is in abroad. Do you understand me? So it's always very, very important to go to where you're loved, go to where you're being accepted. Go to where you know that if I talk to these people, I'll feel good. Do you understand? It's okay for you to be lonely. It's okay for you to feel lonely. Trust me, it is okay. I want to use this opportunity to speak to any lady that is about like in your late 20s and maybe even 30, and some type of way you feel lonely. I'm with you. I'm with you. Yes, I'm with you. But there's something I feel like I'm learning in this season of my life that I know that is important for me to learn. You are not alone. Do you understand? You're not alone, and it's okay for you to feel lonely. Any age in particular, it's not even 28, 29, 30. It could be 21, it could be 19, it could be, after finishing high school or secondary school, and you just feel alone because your mates are going forward. It's okay. It's fine. It is okay. I really wish these tips helped. I really, really wish it helped. And I would really appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up to let me know you like this video, and maybe I can do more video on this. I really, really appreciate it. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.